Hey guys, we're back again for another week, and we are going to continue to talk about groups getting started. There are some of you that are still waiting. We have had about 80% of our groups get going, and so that's 140-ish groups that are going right now, meeting weekly or bi-weekly with their students. And so we are thankful for those of you that are doing the work. We are also thankful for your patience and your kindness during this time. Please be on the lookout for communication from your coordinator for a group start date for you.
Hey, it's Landon. So now that it's getting a little bit colder, a little chillier, we want to ask you to please be on the lookout for changes with your school system or your school, like it's a winter delay or maybe it's even a cancellation because it's too cold or snowing or icy or something like that. So be on the lookout for that on social media or the news or online, however you can see it. Your coordinators, of course, will try to keep you updated and be ahead of the curve on letting you know the plan, but it also helps if you're on the lookout too. So some steps for you to do if you have a feeling it might be a little too cold or snowy or icy for school is contact us if you have a question, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And figure out logistics, whether you're going to meet or it's going to be delayed or whatever that looks like. If you end up not meeting, we'd ask that you please fill out a progress note just so we can track that. Even if you don't go in because school is canceled or delayed or they're moving to online instruction, please continue to fill out those progress notes for our tracking. Other than that, continue to be flexible, and we thank you for enduring through this cold weather.
For this week's resource, I didn't bring any props this time, mainly just because I have one question that I want to give you guys for your resource, but obviously this is a question that can be used in a lot of different ways. So what we call this is the dream question, and the big idea behind this is trying to get at a number of things, but primarily the things that kids are dreaming about, things that kids are motivated by, things that they desire for their futures. And so kind of how this question goes, again, it's pretty simple, but you just simply ask them, you say, if you were to go to sleep tonight and you woke up and a wizard or a fairy came or whatever and waved their magic wand and everything was exactly how you wanted it to be, what would you notice when you woke up? And you can go into a lot of detail about this. You can walk them through their whole day. You can just ask a general question, what would change, what would be different? You can make this a discussion for younger kids or even older kids. You can also maybe write it out or they can draw out what it might look like. But the whole point of this is to begin a discussion about what they want for their lives. I found a lot of times kids actually struggle with even the idea of dreaming. They haven't been given space to do so. They don't know how they even do that. I've asked this question to kids and they can't even answer it. And so even just the idea of thinking about what they want for their future can be an activity in itself. But of course, this can lead to discussions around goals for the future. It can, frankly, a lot of times it reveals more about things they want to change in their current life, whether it be family dynamics, whether it be things in school. And so, of course, that can be a time where you learn more about your mentees and kind of what they might be struggling with. But again, can be a time where you can then get future focused and talk about ways that they can get there. My favorite thing to do with this question after we've kind of laid out what their big dream might look like is then to talk about, okay, so what are some steps that we can have to get to those goals? What are some things you can do right now? What are some things that can motivate you toward those things? So again, this question, this dream question, this magic wand question, sometimes people will call it, really can be a great way to assess kind of where your kids are at, but also get to know them and move toward conversations about the future as well. So hope you all can use this question, and we look forward to hearing about how that goes and all the discussions that follow.
Hey guys, this week's devotion comes from Psalm 136. I have been reading through the Psalms this year, and it's been really helpful for me to put some words and feelings into my prayer life to the Lord. And so I was really encouraged by this a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to read the whole psalm because it's pretty lengthy, but I'm just going to read the first 3 verses and then the last 4 verses. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of Lords, for his steadfast love endures forever. It is he who remembered us in our low estate, for his steadfast love endures forever, and rescued us from our foes, for his steadfast love endures forever. He who gives food to all flesh, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of heaven, for his steadfast love endures forever. So just a couple of quick thoughts. As I was reading over this, it was, at first, to be honest, it was kind of hard for me because it was just so repetitive. So then I kind of stopped and decided to read it out loud. And it was then when I read it out loud that those words of the steadfast love of the Lord endures forever was like just washing over me. And it was a really good reminder because I think, at least for myself, I forget really easily. And so to be able to hear those words over and over again was really helpful and encouraging. And just that, we are hardwired to believe that his love will come to an end, and that's not true. And so I'm just, as I remember all that the Lord has done for me, that there's nothing that can separate me from his love. And that is something that is just an encouragement to me. So I'm going to leave you with a quote. This is just a devotional book by Dan Ortlund that goes through the Psalms, but he says, his love endures forever, beyond our failures, beyond our resentments, beyond our disgust with ourselves, beyond the love of any friend. Jesus Christ came for us and died for us, and he secured the permanence and demonstrated the depths of God's heart of love for sinners. Jesus proved it. His love endures forever. So I pray that as you go into this week with your mentor groups, that out of the outflowing and love that the Lord has given you, that you would show that to your group members, to the people in the office, or anybody that you come in contact with in the school building.